The dollar is going to zero. We're likely to see a currency collapse in the next year or two. The elites want a global reset. We're headed for a depression and a recession. The money in your bank is not secure. Inflation is at best 7%, maybe 20%. It's going to get worse. We are in the midst of one of the largest wealth transfers in history. Things seem a little bleak right now. I mean, how do you store up anything for the future when in 12 months it's going to be worthless? I just want to encourage your thinking, because while any future kind of wealth can feel hopeless, the reality is we can get tunnel visioned into thinking too minimally, because that is only one kind of 8 types of wealth that you can possess. And right now it seemed like a pretty good time to be thinking about how to invest in the other 7. I don't know, makes sense to me. So here are 7 other types of wealth that you probably should be thinking about investing in while your one type of wealth, Canadian or American dollars, is hemorrhaging. Number 1 is personal character. Personal character costs a lot to acquire, but easily is one of the most valuable types of wealth that you can possess. As difficult times approach, personal character and discipline are the number 1 type of wealth that you should be investing in right now. Number 2 is natural wealth or living wealth. This is clean soil, clean air, clean water, and having access to these things is pretty important. Number 3 is material capital. I was talking to a friend who grew up in Poland recently, and he was telling a story about one of his friend's fathers who when he saw the impending collapse of their economic system at the time, he went out and he bought bricks, tiles, lumber, hard assets, natural resources, physical goods that he could buy and sell after his money was worthless. He put almost all of his money into these building materials and then stored them in his yard. And because he made that decision, his family fared better than most through that difficult time. Number 4 is cultural or social wealth. Having good relationships with your neighbor, having a strong community in the town that you live in or the area that you live in, just making sure that you have good connections and that you're living in an area that has a high level of morality. That kind of less tangible wealth is incredibly valuable in any time of history or life, but especially in a crisis. And number 5 is intellectual wealth. I am a firm believer that investing in yourself is one of the most powerful and best investments that you can make. Developing and learning skills, reading books, getting courses, going to classes, talking to people who can share knowledge with you. This is an incredibly valuable form of wealth, so that you're better prepared for the future and that you can better be of service to those around you. Number 6 is experiential wealth. Having experiential wealth is incredibly valuable in a crisis, especially when it piggybacks on intellectual wealth, so that now you have the experience, not just the knowledge. Number 7, spiritual wealth. Spiritual wealth is actually incredibly valuable on so many levels. On a base level, it's going to affect your emotional and mental resiliency in a crisis. It's what's going to help you make good moral decisions. And while spiritual wealth is really easy to put off, it's really not something that you want to be unsure of in a tough situation. So that is 7 different types of wealth that you can be thinking about investing in instead of our crumbling financial dollar. And one last bonus thought on that is this. There is a lie that has been perpetrated in our time, and that is that wealth is finite. And the reality is that wealth is created. And so your ability to create value and create wealth from zero is one of the most powerful and important skills that you can be having and developing. Because no matter how much you stockpile any kind of wealth, it will eventually corrupt. It'll eventually grow old. It can be stolen. It can be taken from you. But if you can always create new wealth and create value from nothing, which is an ability that God has endowed us as humans with, the ability to create wealth from nothing, that skill will go incredibly further than any kind of stockpile you might create. But that said, having a stockpile of some kind of wealth to fall back onto in hard times is probably a good idea. If you are a lover of freedom and you are concerned about the current state of freedom in the world and the future we are leaving to our children, then I have more videos just like this one. Don't keep this video to yourself. Please consider sharing it so that it can encourage others as well. Stay loyal, stay free. Until next time.